What's up, my dudes? My name is Spencer Turley, and in this video, I'm just going to be talking about the real-life 2015 Red Bull Straight Rhythm race. So it's coming up pretty soon. Should be a lot of fun to watch. So what you guys are seeing here in the background is just some of my custom track that I built last year. I actually built the 2014 Red Bull Straight Rhythm for MX Simulator, so I'm just going to have that playing in the background while I'm talking about the real-life 2015 Red Bull Straight Rhythm race. So anyways, it should be pretty cool this year. Last year, it was like the first time they ever did it, and I was kind of thinking it was going to be just a one-time thing, and then everybody would kind of forget about it, but it's actually cool. They're going to start doing it every year now, so we pretty much got like all year long motocross stuff. We got Supercross, and then we got motocross, then we got the Red Bull Straight Rhythm, then we got the Monster Cup, so it's pretty cool. We just got it all year long of stuff to watch, so it should be pretty interesting this year having Stewart coming back. Obviously, I feel like just that alone is going to attract a lot of people simply because this is his first race back in forever. It's been like a year or whatnot, maybe even more than a year. I can't remember. It's been a long time since we've seen Stewart from all that suspension stuff, but man, this is going to be his first race back, so I feel like, that alone is going to attract a lot of people, but it'll be a lot of fun seeing him again. It's been a long time, man. Stewart's a fun one to watch. So, and unfortunately, Travis Pastrana's not going to be there this year. That's one of the biggest things that attracted me to it last year is knowing that Pastrana was going to be there on a 500 two-stroke. I was like, yeah, sign me up for that. That was just crazy. And then he did the backflip over the finish line. Oh, my goodness. I couldn't even contain myself. I was like, he's done it again. Pastrana's done it again, man. It's just... oh, he's crazy, man. Pastrana, he always does something that makes you just, you can't even believe your eyes. You can't even believe what you're seeing. When I seen him do that backflip, I was like, is this even real life? Did he just do that? Or am I just, what the heck? It's just crazy. Pastrana always does something like that. That's what I love about watching him, man. Like, when Pastrana shows up somewhere on a dirt bike, you better be there because you're going to see something unbelievable every time. So, it's just crazy, man, seeing Pastrana, but I guess he's just not going to be there this year or whatever, but it's understandable. It's, it's kind of like really you got to kind of train for this, especially if you're like Pastrana that doesn't just ride Supercross every year. It takes a little more preparation than probably what he's wanting to do every single year, so it makes sense, but it's just unfortunate because it's a lot of fun watching him. Even just watching him for 2 downs, it was just tons of fun, but it's really cool. We're going to have Stewart there. We're going to have Dungey there, which is really cool because that's kind of the battle I'm wanting to see is Stewart and Dungey, but and I figure a lot of people are wanting to see that as well, but I feel like Dungey's gotten some kind of extra boost this past year. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed that, but he's just riding a whole lot more like a Villapoto. He's still riding like his old school Dungey, but it's like he's just got some kind of, NOS boost or something. He's so much more aggressive this year, it seemed like. And I understand Stewart and Villapoto and all those guys weren't there, so it probably makes Dungey seem a little faster. But honestly, it's not that. I'm not really thinking like that. I'm thinking Dungey's literally got some kind of extra boost, and he's been training with Villapoto's trainer, so it's kind of funny he's riding more like Villapoto after training with his trainer. But either way, Dungey's got some kind of extra something, so he's going to be competitive. He's going to be right there. He's not just going to be normal Dungey that's just consistent. He's going to be right there, I'm telling you guys, so that'll be fun to watch. There's going to be, see, we got Roxon, we got Marvin in the 450s, we got like Brayton, be like, who's some of those other guys. They've got all this online on the actual like Red Bull Straight Rhythm website. You can go on there and look at all the 450 riders and then all the 250 riders that are going to be there and everything. So should be tons of fun to watch. And yeah, it'll be, those dudes right there are pretty consistent, pretty competitive between Stewart. I wouldn't really say Stewart's super consistent, but he's quick. He's something to definitely challenge for, especially on a track like this where it's not really about consistency. It's more about just hammering it for that short amount of time. I feel like that's just right up Stewart's alley. But and then you got like Dungey that's got that extra little boost or whatever this past year. He's been just on point. Then you got Roxon that's needing some redeeming, and he looked amazing like Anaheim won this year, so you got him in there. And then you got Marvin, which won the 250 class in this last year. All those dudes going to be in the 450 class, so just that alone is going to make the 450 class pretty fire, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be competitive. It's going to be pretty good. I mean, they're going to be flying. I don't know who. I mean, I honestly can't tell you who it's going to come down between. It could be Roxon, could be Dungey Stewart, could be like, Stewart Marvin, you know what I'm saying? Could be both winners from last year. That'd be kind of cool to see. The 250 and the 450 winners from last year going at it in the 450s this year. But either way, and then like the 250 class, we got like some of the youngsters, like RJ Hampshire. You got like Jordan Smith, I'm pretty sure. And then I think they're doing some kind of qualifying thing as well. So we might have some different 250 riders that they're not actually showing on their website yet or whatever. But it should be really cool to watch and see. I'm kind of wondering what they're going to do with the track this year, if they're going to, do it a little different than having all these like checkpoint walls. Guys, they had that last year so that it slowed the guys down a little bit, so they weren't just hitting like the entire track in 2 or 3 jumps. Could you imagine just having Supercross rhythms all the way down? That would be super dangerous. They would just be jumping like 10 jumps and 8 jumps and crazy stuff like that. Be jumping the whole track in 1 jump. So that's why they have to have these kind of checkpoint walls so that it slows you back down to normal speed. But I don't know if they're going to do it like that this year. I'm figuring they'll probably try to play it safe and not get too far away from the way it was last year. But I'm hoping they do something at least a little bit different. And I'm also really hoping that they keep the some kind of actual quad or something like that in the middle of the rhythm, so that it makes it a little harder for all those guys to, even the really, really fast guys, to hit it every single down or whatever you want to call it, lap down. I don't even know what they call it, but I want there to be some rhythm or something that's harder to hit, something like only Stewart's going to be hitting, or maybe Dungey will hit it here and there or something like that. So just to keep it interesting, have it really competitive and make it really hard to hit so that they're not just hitting the same exact jumps all the way down through there. So, but anyways, it'll be a lot of fun to watch. It's going to be, they'll probably add another sand section like they had last year, and yeah, it'll be fun for sure. But that's going to be crazy because they're so close together. That's what just amazes me. I mean, there was no real gnarly crashes last year, but I've got that bad feeling that something's going to happen this year where they like collide in the middle or something crazy like that. I hope it doesn't, but gosh, that's just some close racing, man. Them dudes are right beside each other, and a lot of times you'll see them go to kind of get right there almost close to the other lane, and a lot of times they jump into the other lane and stuff. It gets crazy. I just hope people don't get tangled up or something in that or anything. So, and if they have some kind of big crazy rhythm, it might get gnarly, man. There's no telling what's going to happen, but be some good racing either way, and it's pretty cool how they got, like, you kind of go through the brackets where you finally get down to the finals and stuff, so that'll be a lot of fun to watch, and the way they have it set up with the best, like, 2 out of 3 system, that's so much fun to watch. I really like how they did all that, and yeah, so, like, the best 2 out of 3, so that makes it to where if you just lose once, you're not just done, you're not over. And if they wouldn't have had that system, we wouldn't have even got to watch Pastrana do the backflip, because, see, he was going against Josh Hansen last year, and Hansen won the first, down or whatever, the first race, and then the second race, Pastrana won that one, and that's the one he did the backflip on, and then on the third race, the third race is kind of like the tiebreaker if one of the riders doesn't win 2 in a row, you know what I'm saying, best 2 out of 3. So, see, we wouldn't have even got to see Pastrana do that backflip if they didn't have it set up like that. And it would be kind of weird because it just, like that, if they didn't have that system, you would only get to see your rider for 1 down if he lost, or 1 lap, or whatever you want to call it. So that wouldn't be a lot of fun. So I like how they do all that. I hope they kind of keep that same system going. So yeah, it should be tons of fun to watch, and even, Pastrana not being there, I still feel like just getting to see Stewart again is going to be enough for me. I mean, he's so much fun to watch, and then obviously, see, I can't remember who all was there last year, but it pretty much it was just Stewart, as far as old school super fast guys last year, and it came between Stewart and Brayton or somebody like that. It's pretty crazy. I couldn't believe that's who was in the finals or whatever, but this year, I mean, you got, Dungey, Stewart, Roxon, Marvin's moved up, Wilson's going to be there, Dean Wilson. I mean, just those alone are right there, those top 4 I told there. I mean, those guys, those will be neck and neck. It's just that alone is going to make it fun to watch in the 450s anyway. So Anyway, it should be a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, 2015 Red Bull Straight Rhythm. It's coming on like I think October. Be like 10th or 11th, something like that. So it's definitely coming up very soon. And yeah, so then we got Monster Cup coming on not too long from that. So just got motocross stuff all year long now. It's pretty crazy, man. I can't believe that there's that much going on now. It's pretty cool because, see, the Red Bull Straight Rhythm, it's kind of like a whole nother genre, I guess you could call it, of motocross racing. You know, you got trails, and you got standard motocross, you got standard supercross, then you got hybrid tracks, okay, then you got straight rhythm tracks. So we've kind of got like all these different, like, it just keeps evolving, Straight rhythms is its own kind of motocross genre, you know what I'm saying? It's its own kind of racing, so that's really cool. It's just something completely different and head-to-head battling, and yeah, something really cool. So anyways, this was back when I first started building custom tracks, so don't hate on this custom track. Definitely some things wrong with it, but I'll probably end up building the 2015 Red Bull Straight Rhythm for MX Simulator as well, so that'll be really cool. I'm going to actually try to build that once the race happens. I'm not going to run off of any track map or anything like that, so should be building that, and it should be really cool because when people build tracks from the track map, a lot of times they end up changing the track by the time they actually do the race. So I want the 2015 Red Bull Straight Rhythm that I build for MX Simulator to be exactly how it was when they were racing. So I'm going to spend a lot of time on that, make it really good, make it really professional, and should be a lot of fun for MX Simulator anyways. So a lot of fun. Going to be fun to watch the races and be looking out for old Stewie. He's going to be, I don't know, I just don't know what to think about Stewart. I think he's still got it. I think he's going to be strong for Supercross this next year, and I think Dungey is going to be real strong too. It's going to come between those two guys. Roxon, he looked unbelievable at the beginning of this year, so there's just really no telling. You got Marvin going up 450s. You still got Chad Reed in there for next year, Supercross. You got, like, that's your heavy hitters there, but I may be leaving somebody out. I don't know. But, oh, yeah, Kennard. Oh, my goodness. Kennard's going to be right there. I think it's Kennard's time to shine, too. I can't believe I forgot about him, but Kennard's going to be there. I know there's a couple others I'm forgetting, but it'll be a good year next year for Supercross. It's always fun having somebody like Stewart and then having somebody like Dungey. Totally different riding styles, but both at the top level. That's just a lot of fun to have, a lot of diversity in the actual racing. So anyways, appreciate all you guys watching these videos, and I'll keep on making them. Thanks, guys.